So we're going to jump into some club stuff, some district stuff, and of course, as club and district lead to world stuff. So first, and again, the other Charlie, I don't see the other Charlie here. So I'm going to share these, but I can't give you as much information as I would be able to do if Charlie were here. These are two of our interns, our Transitional Age Youth interns that we've placed in jobs. And I don't know their names, I'm sorry, because I thought Charlie would be here, but it looks like Charlie's helping her get some clothes, and it looks like he's out there working. So it's really terrific. Wanted to share those with you, put some real faces on this work that you're doing. I was going to take this out because I think we're going to cover it, but I really like the picture. This is our board meeting. And I guess this is me carrying all the baggage. I don't know, Terry, this might end up being you. But anyway, I thought we were working hard at the board meeting. So there's a little picture of it.
Hey, Maggie, this is Tomas. Can I back you up for just a second on those two interns?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So I just thought this was worth mentioning. That first young lady is Jinx Lira, and she's interning at Lots for Tots. Her internship just ended. She met her hours, and I got a call from the manager asking me how she can hire her. She's keeping her. So I just thought that was phenomenal. That young lady got a long-term job, part-time, but nonetheless, I mean, she has children, I believe, so she's a really busy lady, and got a job out of the deal. So that's just outstanding. And then that young man is Devin, and forgive me, I can't remember his last name, but he's interning at the community farm there in Bayside and doing a great job as well out there. That's obviously not a long-term thing, but he was really excited about agriculture, so that was a great opportunity.
Well, thank you for bringing those pieces to this. That is awesome. That is wonderful to hear that. And again, Tomas, thank you to you and your company there for making this so easy for us to do. We really couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. Oh, that's great. I'm just happy. This is like happy. Yeah, this is just great. That's wonderful. So wanted to do a little report in from the board about the Equity and Diversity Committee. And we'd like to today kind of get that committee, get us going again, or we haven't stopped, but formalize it a little more. So ask for volunteers to be on that committee. We know many of you have already volunteered, but I want everybody in the group to see who's on that committee. And also we need a couple co-chairs. So I'd like to ask for a couple people to co-chair. So first, raise your hand and keep it up if you are on this committee or want to be on this committee. So we have, I'm gonna have to write this down. We have Romi and Mike and Howard. Where else? We have Amanda. Oh, thank you. We have Rebecca. That's a good way to do it, you guys. Monique, Dick, and Craig. Romi, Mike, Howard, Amanda, Rebecca, Monique, Dick, and Craig. Did I miss anyone? So I'd love you guys to get together and figure out who your co-chairs are for that committee. Because I'd like to start or continue to move that forward. So unless there's anyone here who wants to step up and co-chair, and wouldn't it be great if one of you decided to co-chair and just got to pick who your co-chair was? Romi, are you raising your hand to co-chair? Yeah, so now guys, who wants to co-chair with Romi? Come on, guys. All right, think about it, and we will start having you guys do some more work with us. Monique, you raised your hand. Okay, well, we can't. That would be awesome. We got to get you formalized. So we will be talking to you about that. Thank you, guys. Thanks for stepping up. Appreciate it. That's a great team. And I want to share these questions as a little equity and diversity kind of in service. I got these from Mike, who got these, I think, from the 60 Minutes, show this last weekend. And something for us all to think about in your day-to-day life. How often have the following things happen to you? And I'm not going to read them out, but and we will share these out. Dick will have a copy, and Ed can put them in the slide deck at the meeting on our webpage. But I think some of them are really kind of telling and thought-provoking. So please take the time to think about these. I can say as a woman, I've experienced many of these myself, even as a white woman. So there's that too. Anyway. And the other thing is, older people also experience some of these things in our society. So take a look and think about that, and maybe we'll have discussion. A couple items to share with you. These come from Humboldt County Office of Education. They have a monthly equity series, and this is next Thursday. You can register at my.hcoe.net for that. And then this, sorry, the print's small, but that's what I got. I was stretching it out, but I realized stretching it out didn't make it helpful to read. It would just take you longer to go across the page. But this is another event coming up, racial equity work in North Coast schools. And I know the NAACP is involved with this, and their president, Sharon, is going to be speaking. So that's another event that you could check out. So I wanted to just check in a little bit on hybridizing our meetings and or going back to working to being at the Plaza Grill. And I know different people have talked about this in different times, and some people are eager for us to move forward. And but we're in the position now that I think certainly bringing all of us together in one room is just not likely, and probably wouldn't be comfortable for people. There's still requirements for limits on numbers of people, but we do have a committee that is together looking at how, when we are ready to do this, we can run a hybrid of a meeting so that people can still join remotely if they need to and want to and feel more comfortable. And also, we may not, depending on the rules, even if all of us wanted to be there at the same time, the space might not allow for it. So we want to be able to, when we go that route, we want to be able to offer both options to people. So, but I don't want anybody to feel that this is going to be rushed or done quickly or without great thought as to everyone's safety and comfort. Because we will be, if we do it, we will be in a room where we're eating and drinking. So that means our masks will be off. And we just have to be sensitive to safety. So don't worry, you won't wake up one morning and all of a sudden come to this link and have nobody here. We're not going to flip a switch quickly, but I wanted to share that. And I don't know, Scott, is there anything you want to add at this point to that?
No, I've got nothing really new. We are working on preparing the room for this project. We hope to provide video and audio to anybody that's not attending the meeting in person. So that's our intention. The grill is serving in that room now with 6-foot separations. So the tables are not like they were when we first were in there, but so that, like you said, the capacity is going to be a little less, but we're moving forward in the right direction. You'll be able to see the screen, see people talking, hear them talking, and you'll be able to participate even if you're sitting at home. So I'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Scott, and thanks to the team that's working on that. We have too many advantages forced on us through COVID of this setup that we don't want to lose that for people who really benefit from it. Or, you know, if you're traveling now or when you start traveling, you'll be able to attend meetings if you like still. And so there's a lot of advantages to keeping that model as well as bringing us back together in the same room. Meanwhile, I wanted to remind everybody about the members section of the webpage. Ed has done an excellent job of updating it and getting, putting things in there so if you miss a meeting, you know you can see what's happening, and that matching up with what Dick's doing with the recordings. We have great opportunities for you all to keep up to date. So right now the login in is Sunrise, and the password is Maggie. And I guess that will change when I'm a has-been, but for now it's me. So please check out what Ed's done on the webpage, and or I should say it's a website. Sorry, I'm using these words wrong. The website, and check out all the different pages. Before I jump on further, there's one thing on that I wanted us to mention from the board meeting. Terry, do you want to tell us about the foundation numbers? Because I think the club might be interested in knowing that.
Thanks, Maggie. Yes, we are currently number 2 in our entire district in annual fund giving. Thank you very much. We really have kind of knocked it out of the park this year and have given so far more money than in one year than this club has ever done. So we're, breaking our own personal best, and I really appreciate everybody's help and support and contributions. Next Friday is Final Friday. We have so far just one prize, so I'm hoping that the other people I emailed will remind themselves of that. But I really appreciate everything that everyone has done, and what the foundation does is important, and some of that money does come back to us in a somewhat complicated manner, but we could talk about that at another time. But anyway, just thank you very much. That's what I'm grateful for today, all of you.
Thank you, Terry. Yeah, it's phenomenal. We're doing a great job. Thank you, everybody. Community services report. AJ, you want to share any info with the group?
Sure. So this past Wednesday was our most recent Community Service Committee meeting, and a few hot topics that we're discussing at the moment. So earlier on in the chat, Mike was doing a outreach to see if we can connect with the McKinleyville and Eureka High Interact clubs if they exist. What we're trying to do is pair up Interact or high school kids with lower age kids as a mentor network. Earlier on in the pandemic, we discovered that some kids were struggling or having a harder time at school just because of schools being shut down. So that connection could be an ongoing benefit. And what we would offer these high school kids is perhaps or some recognition at graduation for the hours they spend mentoring. And so that's a network we're trying to connect all the dots with. And so any assistance you can offer would be definitely great. But so right now we're just kind of in early stages. Mike, I don't know if you want to add anything to that. But, our next project too is we're working on a memorial bench. Sarah has set up a GoFundMe for with the Jacoby School, and it's already raised a good amount of funds. I think they're in the hiring process, or they're tracking down who's going to work out this concrete bench for us. And then there could be a potential Rotary involvement when it comes to placing the bench and perhaps a memorial service of some kind. But there's more to come there. And then lastly, this weekend I'm going to go purchase some supplies for the greenhouse at the Peninsula Union School, and we're going to use about half of our budget. And so there's going to be a hands-on project in the works, so be on the lookout if you have a few weekends coming up that you'll be able to bring out your tools and put together this wonderful greenhouse for that school so they could start creating starts for their wonderful veggie garden and for years to come. So on that note, we're only halfway through our budget, and I would just want to put a call out to the club to see if there are any projects that you felt like we could be involved with and could use a little of our resources to help keep going or to get started. So please either reach out to me via email or put something in the chat, and I'll connect with you after to see if we can't find something else that we can't do to finish off Maggie's year here. So thanks, Maggie.
Thank you, AJ. Thank you to community service. They had a lot of good ideas at that meeting. And it's good to hear. Oh, Domino's here. So backpacks with kids, for kids. Well, we did it, the three of us. And next week is, who's on, I think it's, does anyone know? If not, it's on the sign up, and I'm not worried about it. I know there are people signed up, but we had a lovely day outside my building, not my building, the building I work in. If it were mine, I would sell it tomorrow. But anyway, it was fun. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mike, for taking care of that. And Domino's sat on my list.
Sorry, between switching screens and unmuting myself,
Yes.
it took me a second. We actually do need a host for next week for backpacks. So Carol has signed up to pick up and I believe and pack, but we do need a place. If anybody's got a conference room or something available, that would be excellent. Either in Eureka or Arcata, let us know.
Sounds like Vanessa mentioned that Griffin could be available in Arcata. Depending on the time, my building could also be available either outside or in the lobby if the weather is not quite good for it outside. I can be in the office that day, so whatever they decide. Arcata, Eureka, yeah.
Is it all right? I mean, I haven't picked up in a while. Is it okay if I just did it at my house and invited people to my house outside?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it outside. That might be, I guess, maybe easiest for me. And I could put that out there to folks if they wanted to help. I'm in the middle. I'm out in Manila, so right in the middle between Arcata and Eureka.
Perfect. That would be great.
And I have a nice big deck, unless it's going to start to rain, but I don't think it will. So, yeah, and I'll put that, maybe I'll put that in the chat, or how do I connect with anybody who wants to help pack?
I would put it in the sign up Genius. Go back and put your address in there
I'll do
so
that.
people see that.
I'll do that.
And if it does rain, you've got two options, backup options.
All right, great.
Thank you. Thanks, Carol. So reminder about golfing on the August 21st. We'll get a report from them at our next meeting. And reminder also about this event, which is coming up soon. It's a great golf event and memorial tournament to remember our friend Stephen. And I'm going to skip this for now. I want to tell you that we are now starting World Immunization Week, and they're pushing the give a shot or get a shot, give a shot, recognizing that many of us are getting vaccines right now and encouraging us to think about after we've gotten our shot, which most of us aren't paying for, that we maybe put some money towards the polio eradication and make a donation to give a shot. So if that is something you are willing to do, you can go online and do that donation. You could also, Terry, could they also do it to you and just say it's for polio?
That'd be great. That's easy to do, and just either Venmo and indicate polio, and Nick and I'll sort that out, or send a check to the Rotary Foundation to me, and I'll make sure it gets to the polio eradication campaign.
Great. Thank you, Terry. And thank you, everybody, in advance for that. We've got to keep going with this polio effort, or anti-polio effort. Just a quick reminder, International Convention is coming. It's $49, and that is a deal. So sign up before they raise the price. Before we go to the raffle, Tom, I wanted to give you a minute to talk about your conversation with Karen.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. I was talking to Karen Deemer yesterday, and she, besides complimenting this club, she wants to become more part of it, talking, not as a member, but talking to give us updates more often. And so I thought that was a great idea. But she also mentioned that at the community center, you know, they've been doing the shots, and that she was wondering if our club would be interested in hosting an appreciation lunch for the healthcare workers over that are there. And I guess a lot of these people have come from out of town and have never been to Humboldt County before. They're loving it. But she'd like to bring them together and do something nice. And so she asked if we would be interested in making that happen. And personally, I thought that was a great idea. And so I wanted to put it out there to you.
So is there anybody interested in working with Tom to kind of see what we can organize on the club? I know there's not a whole lot of time, so if we wait and if we wait, the time will pass. So if there's anyone that would like to help with that, please connect with Tom. Tom, Vanessa's raising her hand. Anybody else? Tom, depending on when it is, I'd be willing to help a little bit. I'm going to be out of town at some point, but
yeah,
please.
I'll take the lead on that one, and I'll talk to Karen later today and find out what the date is, and I'll just send it out there. I don't think it'll take a lot. You know, we'll figure out how many people, and you know, probably 2-3 people would be great.
Right. Great. Thank you. This cat. I'm going to talk to your agent. The butt. Put the butt down. No? Okay. All right. Let's do the raffle. Nick, I've lost control of the meeting. Please save us.
All right. So today the big raffle win is $50, or like Maggie mentioned, 36 pounds. All right. So let's see what we got. So it was right there between Stephanie and Dick, but Dick is the one who got it.
Oh.
Let's see what sometimes it's right there on the line. You never know. $5. I'll pay you through Venmo, and one more. Looks like Tom. $5. I will pay you both through Venmo. Good luck next time. The pot will be $60 next week.
Thank you, Nick. My cat, while you guys were doing that, was sniffing, was actually at my other screen where the Queen and Prince are on the screen, and he was licking the Queen's face. So I don't know what that means. Maybe I need to clean my screen, but anyway, now he's back.